I'm Jay from the Kubz Scouts. Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. We are still on the first trial of episode 1. We are going to find out what happened to Maggie's boyfriend right now. If you guys cool with that, you down with that? Everybody get ready and buckle up, because here we go! September 8, 11:43 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. Amnesia? I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't mention it to you because I don't even remember who the hell you are! Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. What, hardcore drugs? Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need. No. I think I'll pass on this one. Come on! I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems. Okay, Clingy, back it up a little bit. Well, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. For now, do you think you can fill me in on a few things? Of course, I'd be honored to. Well, I guess we'll start with my name and then I can tell you about me. No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So, my name is Phoenix Wright. What a weird name. This is serious. You really don't remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back, and maybe it'll help. This is a business card? I got this from you. It's my most prized possession. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? Okay, there are some numbers written on the back. Oh, that's your cell phone number. Phoenix business card added to the court record. It's my business card. I handwrote my cell phone number on the back. I guess for now, we should stop talking about me and start talking about this case. This case? Yup. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone, but... Cell phone? Yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir. Hurry up then and tell me! This might be very important! Okay, Roger. It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. She's wearing a blue Badger shirt. I just realized that. All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Beep. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. And then that's the killer. And then he didn't know how to spell Maggie. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up. But they never did. Or did they? So where is the phone you found now? I gave it to you yesterday. Huh? To me? Is it that phone in my pocket? You mean this? Do you think it has anything to do with the murder? I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up. Ah! You were here all along! You're so... Oh my god! Yes, Mia! Mamma Mia! I called you a million times, but you wouldn't pick up. And when I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left. Yes! Oh no, it's not even Mamma Mia, it's Maya. Mama Maya, there you go. Now who in the heck is this? Let me guess, I'm supposed to know this girl too. I called her Mamma Mia, but Mia's her sister. Duh, it's Maya. Hey, good morning, Maggie. And a good morning to you too, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Oh? And what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with the ultra-decisive, super important evidence. Here you are, Nick, the thing you wanted me to bring. Huh? Oh, thanks. What the heck is this? A list? It has about 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it. It was kind of tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. It looks like these guys are up to no good. No good. As in... There's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group. Names list added to the court record. A list of unfamiliar names and phone numbers, members of a con artist group. I'm so glad that we got Maya back, guys. Oh man, why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this? Don't look at me. And where did you get this list from in the first place? What? Don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday. Oh, is that right? These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found. So that's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you. Maya, actually, Mr. Wright is...
Mr. Wright, recess is now over. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately.
Oh, oops, guess you have to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick.
Wish us luck.
Maya's not coming with us? I guess I have all the pieces now, more or less. All that's left is to put it all together. I'm not gonna lose this. I can't! Come on, Nick. Better get a move on. Yeah. So wait, she came back after she left at the train station from the first game? Can we get some, explanation of why she came back? September 8, 11:54 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Everybody's already chit-chatting, and Maya is by my side. Let's go. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words.
What is it, Mr. Payne?
It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see. So I asked that the court might be a little lenient on...
There is no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls its next witness a drifter who was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder.
This guy.
Please state your name for the court, witness.
Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something.
Oh, all right. Go ahead.
Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk?
Did I?
But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose calling me a university... Whoa! This guy is just talking a bunch of nonsense, guys. We can't even read what's going on here. He has a rigorous selection process and yada yada yada.
Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I will be more careful from now on.
What is he, a human chatterbox? Ugh, I have to question him? Nice hair, douchebag. Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course university. First rates only need apply. Glasses? But you weren't wearing glasses.
That's enough. Your name, witness.
Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Oh, man. I forgive you. Alright, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso with a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you can call me a university student in transit.
Mr. Wellington, on the day of the murder, you were strolling through the park, correct?
It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a prepubescent boy out on a walk with mommy. If you must know, I am...
Anyway, please testify to the court what you saw during your walk through the park.
See, you said it again. Taking a walk. You know you...
What you witness will do, Mr. Wellington.
First witness testimony of the day. We got this Mr. Wellington guy. Guys, come on. Lock in. Guys and girls, lock it in. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. Oh, the glove? The no glove, no love?
That was certainly a decisive testimony.
Decisive? Nick, did you hear what he just said? Yeah. That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm? It's strange. My mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client. You mean Maggie? Yes, and if she really is innocent, then that can only mean one thing. That guy is lying!
You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright.
I'll find out the truth, no matter how well you craft your lies. Yes, we don't tolerate lies here, ladies and gentlemen. Cross-examination, what I saw that day. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. What you thinking about, huh? So you're at the park all afternoon? You seem to have a lot of free time. Huh, that was very rude of you. But then again, what can I expect? That's what you get from a man who graduated from a no-name trashy university. No-name? Trashy? Now, this might be hard for a mush-headed, feeble-minded baboon like you, but I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country. But I thought you said you were thinking about which college to go to just now. Oh, please. Which university I go to will directly affect the very future of this country. That arrogant little snot. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. Wait, I already got 2 strikes? It carried on from the first part of the trial? Oh, you gotta be smoking my butthole! All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above right in front of my eyes. Hold it! And how did you know he was a police officer? You obviously have no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning skills are. With one glance, I could tell just what kind of occupation he held. That shoddy do-it-yourself hairstyle? Oh my goodness, this guy talks so much out of his brown stinkhole. Okay, oh, I suppose it was also because he was wearing an officer's uniform. Alright. Shouldn't that statement have come first? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Hey Nick, do you think he's figured out what I do? Even I haven't figured that out yet. Okay, before we continue, guys, I gotta check the court record. I gotta check the cell phone, and I gotta check the names list real quick. Can I see the profiles here? No, I cannot. A list of con artists and their phone numbers stored on the cell phone of Maggie, okay? And then Phoenix's business card. I actually can't even check that. Can't even check the cell phone that Maggie found. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. How charming, huh? Tell me, scale of 1 to 10. Are you sure you got a good look at her face? Animals have this thing called an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. In the case of humans, we have 2 of them. Yes, even you! I don't care if I have them or not. Did you or did you not get a clear look at her face? Objection!
That's what the witness was just about to get to. I would like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning.
Sustained. Mr. Wright, please refrain from raising your voice in this court.
Then please don't make me have to raise my voice. Are you finished? I'd like to continue, if that's alright with you. Of course I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. Defendant where? So you're sure you are not mistaken? Please, don't confuse your pitiful train wreck of a life with mine. This guy's pissing me off. I'm what you call a famous brand name product, while you are only a cheap imitation. There is no way someone as magnificent as myself could have made a mistake.
Of course, of course.
Oh, ho, 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 of course. Did you notice anything else of interest, witness?
The only other thing I saw was that banana that fell with a police officer. You mean the glove? The banana? Well, it was actually more than just one. More like a bunch of bananas. Now, what would a bunch of bananas be doing there? And why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw. That's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. That's it, Nick. He's gotta be lying about the bananas. He could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. And what if it's not a lie? Well, maybe he thought he was seeing one thing, and it was something else. Yeah, it was the glove, duh! If he mistook something else for a bunch of bananas, then that would be an inaccuracy. Think, Phoenix, think! If my client is innocent, there is no way he could have seen what he says he did. Which means if we can somehow show he's lying. Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. She's right. She's got a sharp mind, but I just wish I could remember who she is. Is everything okay, Nick? Okay, so do we hold it at the bananas? Let me see. I don't remember. He doesn't remember the time. I don't think I held that yet. How did you know what time it was? I see you're not wearing a watch, so... Is that the best you can do? Do you think you can discredit me like that? You're just a third-rate, biased fool. I guess I can't expect real smarts from you. His arrogance is really intolerable. So what should I do now? Press harder. Harder and harder. Answer the question! How did you know what time it was? Tisk tisk. I can't believe I have to deal with a worm like you. You're just a shallow man who can only slam on desks and point at people for fun. I guess I don't have a choice. I'll try to explain it so that even a third-rate simpleton like you can understand. There was this little thing called a clock at the park. Did you get that? Do you know what a clock is? It's a thing that tells you the time. As you can see, Mr. Wright, it's even in this picture of the crime scene. Oh, so it is. I looked at that clock, and that's how I knew the time. But if you ask me, this whole concept of, oh my goodness, this guy keeps gibbering and jabbering. I just want to choke him out. I just want to tighten that scarf around his neck and just go, and yet again, another flood of meaningless words. Talk about a first-class waste of time. First-class asshole. In any case, all of a sudden a police officer falls from above. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. The only other thing I saw was that banana that fell with the police officer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show the glove, we're gonna wind it up and say, OBJECTION! Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw. Right here! Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? But don't think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me. And that's where you'd be wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Isn't that the baseball glove?
Oh, what? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's not... It's a... No! Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness loves bananas, has bad eyesight, knows nothing about baseball. I think he has bad eyesight. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? Why are you asking me about this all of a sudden? OBJECTION!
Your Honor, it's a very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas.
No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're one of those people, yes. You know what I mean. You're like those people who refuse to accept... This guy keeps talking so freaking much! Okay, we get it! And that is why I asked you how bad your eyesight is. They're both 2200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Why are you not wearing your glasses today, then? That's because I lost them recently, you see? Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them... How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about it, witness? You are an unrelenting, evil man. You're like those people who rejected John of Arc. Oh my god, this guy talks so freaking much, it's making me shake! Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at that time! Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendants cannot be proven to be the same by this witness!
But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path.
Witness? Please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, please continue with your testimony.
Please tell the court what happened next, in the moments after you witnessed the crime.
Yeah, tell us more of those lies. Feed it to me, I'm hungry. Nom 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 nom. Everybody's locked in, right? Good. The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away? Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that. That girl is the murderer! Is that right? Is that facts?
You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright.
Okay, so what happened next? This one's actually tough because I can't really see anything that I can contradict. The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. Hold it! She ran away just like that? Yeah, just like that? Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education? Ooh, this guy with the roasties. Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Anyway, if she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell it was my client?
Oh, got him! The witness has already answered that question. He has stated that the defendant is the culprit.
This is true. Mr. Wright, I'm striking your question from the record.
How can I get more information out of him? After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. Immediately? As in immediately. I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen. Or did they not teach that at your pitiful school? You think people learn about how to call the police in college? Hey, Nick, I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec. You're right. I think I gotta look at the time of death, right? 6:28 p.m. BAM! Okay, so the time says 7 o'clock. Do I hold that? I think I either use this crime photo or I use the autopsy report. Let me see here. The girl was on the upper path, ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. Hold that. So you're saying that there were police on the scene by 7 p.m.? They got there before that, I think. There usually aren't many people in the area at that time of day. But suddenly, before I knew it, there were people crawling all over, gawking. It certainly says something about the morals of the people in this country. I can't find anything out of the ordinary in his testimony. Okay, I know about the court record, Maya. See, you're already annoying me! I know what it is. He said he called the police immediately, right? But the guy died at 6:28 p.m. and the police arrived at 7. So let us choose Dustin's autopsy report, wind it up, and say, OBJECTION! Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this?
You mean the victim's autopsy report?
According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There is clearly a 15-minute gap here! Do you deny it? Ah! I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap!
Objection!
The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed.
Yeah, object that horse shit! 15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed.
Duh!
Mr. Wellington!
Yes?
Explain yourself! What were you doing during those 15 minutes?
Answer the question! Telephone, Spit it out! I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth?
You mean you don't have a cell phone?
You and your questions. As if you're trying to open all the layers of Matria Shakada. I don't even know what the hell that means. You must think you're really something special. Witness! I lost my cell phone. There, are you happy? You lost it?
Unbelievable! You lose your glasses and your cell phone? You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings.
What? Are you saying that first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard that all geniuses... Okay, this guy's just gonna keep yapping and yapping. How you guys doing today? Enough! Oh, man. Oh, man. Wait, hold on a second. He lost his cell phone? Nick, that cell phone. Could it be? You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way. Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? Question further. We just gotta keep going further and further and further, guys. Mr. Wellington, where's your cell phone right now? What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone, I'll have you know. See, here it is. Oh, I see. Looks like he's got his phone. And I thought that just maybe this was his. Well then, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have a cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by his search for a phone booth. No, but there was a phone booth right by the body, dog. Well, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? There is something. You know, I'm rubbing my little chinny chin pubes about. Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you!
You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. Alright, let's have this proof then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. Well, if you take a look-see here, ladies and gentlemen, there's a phone booth right by this guy's body, so we gon' say, attack that! It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. At the crime scene photo?
Is there a problem with it?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with this picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something's wrong with you! No! It's a phone booth! That is correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps! Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you? Ah! Yeah, guys, 3 steps. That's all it took. Objection!
What does reported the crime scene a little late prove for the defense?
The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, that is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back. But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway. But if he wasn't looking for a cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else? Was he? Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes? Yes, I have an idea, I think, guys. There is only one possible explanation. Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility. Please present to the court the one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? Well, yikes. Well, oh, because he was writing the name. He had to write the name to frame the girl, so take that! Perhaps this is the evidence you need to be convinced. Perhaps? That was just an idea I thought I'd throw out. I suggest that perhaps you should find a better piece of evidence. Yes, of course, Your Honor. Well then. But before you do, you will be penalized. Dude, that's not cool. Ouch. Oh, crap. Okay, why didn't he? Let me just put the names list for now. Take that! Perhaps this is the... Oh my god. Okay, that's not it. At least they're only taking one at a time. I'll be alright. I got 4 more chances, guys. Yikes. Okay, it's gotta be the cell phone. Bam! Perhaps this is the... Oh my god! That wasn't it? Oh, this is a wucky-fucky. A fuckiest of wuckies. Okay, maybe he was looking for his glasses. Take that! Oh, thank you! Mr. Wellington. What? Don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack. These are your glasses, aren't they? Where did you find? Ah! I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours! Yes, guys, they're in fact his. Prescription and everything. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Under the victim's body, guys. Not over, not by side. Under. Now, wait a second. Oh, hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make that call! 15, guys! 15 whole minutes! You could have ordered a pizza in that time! Mr. Wright, are you indicting the witness as the real murderer? Of course! That is precisely what I'm doing. Wow! I know I'm right! He is the real murderer! Did you figure it out, Nick? More or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now is our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him in one shot. Yeah, this is so exciting, watching you work again. Somehow, my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Your Honor, the defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer.
Yeah, that's right. I am no criminal. This third-rate fraud lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Why, that's easy. For example, there's the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground? But, wouldn't that mean the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would the person know her name was Maggie? Maggie! That is a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Bird before this trial. Ah, I forgot. Was there any way this creep would have known Maggie's name beforehand? There was a way. Didn't she call him on the telefono? It would be best if I could prove the witness had a chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie. Now, will the defense please present its case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name? Because of the cell phone. Take that! Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you had lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? Why, you? How did you?
Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with...
Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder? I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Got him. Checkmate. Beep. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Maggie.
Boom!
And that's how it's done. That was when you learned that her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie, but the name that was written on the ground was Maggie. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded!
But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive.
And your point is?
It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone.
That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive.
Mr. Wright. Your Honor, can you explain what motive the witness could have had?
It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but I think I know what it is. I think that police officer was involved with all those names on that con artist list. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wind it up and I'm gonna say, attack that! Mr. Wellington's motive is right here.
What is this? A list?
These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artist group.
What? Con artist?
Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington?
This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is worse crime than murder.
You're one of those people. You're just like the cops who... Okay.
Thanks, I get to relax my voice a little bit.
I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about. You think any of you, know what it's like to be a refined man such as me?
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone?
Isn't that obvious? The witness is looking into the group, a victim of that group, a member of that group. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill. No! This is too much! Yeah, guys, you heard him. It's too much.
That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain?
I got you now. That police officer.
Your Honor!
What is it, Mr. Payne?
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago.
Please, let's think about the content of that phone call.
Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back.
The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone?
That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this?
If you think about it logically, then it makes sense. Then maybe we should be thinking outside the box. Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slimeball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner.
But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant?
I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. I know what it is. The police uniform.
Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness?
It is right over here. Bam. So, wait. Right here. The victim and a policeman. So, present that! What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform.
Oh!
The girl that picked up my phone is with a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on his phone.
And he went into a panic, is what you're saying?
Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform!
Mr. Payne, do you have any comments?
I'm thinking.
It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are...
Oh, impressive! Not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence! Evidence! Oh, the guy really is creeping me out. All you've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours? I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't even have the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. What? Guys, we don't know that yet. Don't chatter yet. It feels good to see you squirm.
We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence.
Your Honor, this is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. His cell phone. There's gotta be something I've overlooked. There's gotta be, maybe. The phone stored numbers, fingerprints on the phone? Maybe? I got it. We should check for fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone. Nick, don't you remember? When you got that phone from Maggie, you wiped it off. I what? You said there was sand all over it, so... Wiped it? I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too. It's so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. He's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the number stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you are too much! And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? You're crazy as hell. Oh my. Now I remember! Huh? Looks like they hung up. Oh, good. I finally found it. So that's when... What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's gonna get off scot-free. I know.
I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of the cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short.
Where? Where did I go wrong?
Don't blame yourself, you're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet.
Who I am?
The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at the ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town.
Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? Raise an objection, of course. Please wait, Your Honor.
All right, Nick. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright?
Everything.
Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just gonna badger the witness with more inane questions.
You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright?
Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Please let me harass the witness, Your Honor.
Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court.
I only get one shot at this.
If you cannot prove everything, it's over. For your client and for you. Do you fully understand?
I think I know what it is. Yes, Your Honor. It's the card with my phone number on it.
I'm sure you're all aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended.
Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence.
Oh.
Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance.
It all comes down to this. It's go time.
Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything.
Right here. Phoenix's business card. It's my business card. I wrote my cell phone number on the back. The guy called Phoenix, found out that the guy had the phone, bopped him on the head, bada bing, bada boom. I think this is it.
Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine.
Judge's business card added to the court record. It's written in fancy script. The ink is strong and clear, but I still can't read it.
Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards.
Your Honor, there is something very important about that card, and that is the name on the card, the back of the card. This card is important because of what is on the back. You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone?
Huh? Right now? But the court is still in session.
It's okay. You'll see.
Okay, if you say so. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright?
We are gonna call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to...
Ah!
What? Why is my phone? And what is with the stupid sounding ringtone? Gatting. Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone! You're... Ah! No, 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 no! It can't! By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. Duh. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say... When you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one! Whew. That got me hot and bothered. Ah! Oh man, this dude's getting choked out by himself. Rip.
So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington.
He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group,
He has become paranoid and lost all ability to make rational judgments.
Then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding.
It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne?
Ah, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird,
Not guilty. Oh yeah! Let's go! Confetti for everybody, all in your faces.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
First case of justice for all, guys. We nailed that. September 8, 2:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I am so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, goddamn, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That is, pretty bad. Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then, at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch on to those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. That's right. You were talking about this earlier. Then why the hell did you become a police officer? You're supposed to help people. That means they're gonna die if you try to help them. It happened again recently, too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand then. Before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true! That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything is all my fault. Dustin's death, your head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet. I'm gonna find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. Yeah, after all, the Goddess of Misfortune is only a name. You bet! I'm gonna make it, I promise! Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess! Yeah, that's the spirit. Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks. You take care of yourselves, too. What a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy. Well, you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So, this might sound bad, but, who are you? What? I thought you said you got your memory back! At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe. He's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases. But he's also been a good ally during others. Gee. The judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaken me for someone else. Objection! And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered! This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right, I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example, Earth to Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me, don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh? Well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together. Alright, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay, okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. Well, at least she's back and that's all that matters. And that story began on one rainy afternoon, 2 months ago. Episode 1, The Lost Turnabout, the end. We already finished episode 1, guys. We're already on the second Ace Attorney game, and now we got some little girl. A brand new episode has been added. Reunion and Turnabout. Who that? That looked like a young Mia Fey. Yes, I'm gonna save my progress. But while I'm saving, I want you guys to let me know if you want to see episode 2 right now, Reunion and Turnabout. If you do, make sure you give this video one big fat like. And tell a friend today that Jay from the Cub Scouts is that dude!